Hey, Randy Joe here, and this is 1001 Reviews, a series where I plan on reviewing every single album from the 1001 Albums Listened to Before You Die book. And today we are looking at Thundercat's 2017 album, Drunk. Drunk by Thundercat was released in 2017 underneath the Brain Feeder label, produced by various producers, with art direction from Zach Fox, nationality USA, and a running time of 51 minutes and 24 seconds. Now, with this 51 minutes, we are looking at 23 songs here, meaning some of the songs here are going to be quite short. In fact, most of the songs here are quite short as far as I know. And even though I am not a huge Thundercat fan, nor do I know a lot of his music, I am familiar with his bass playing skills and have heard him on many other artists' tracks with his bass playing. And he is a great bass player. So I am excited to see what a full solo album will be like from Thundercat here. I believe this is his debut as well. So let's just jump right into it with Rabbit Ho, 38 seconds long. Seems like it's just a intro. A nice little opener that seems to transition into the next song here. I'm not going to rate that one simply because it's an introduction, but it is a pretty nice setting the tone sort of song. Very clear R&B sort of style there. Next we have Captain Stupito though. Let's just jump right into it. Short, 1 minute 40 seconds. Really funky. Great bass playing here too. From what I can gather, the lyrics kind of describing the repetitiveness of life. So far enjoying this. Very funky, very upbeat, a lot of fun. Very summery as well. I really like the vocals too. Wow, that quick passage there was a little humorous. I'm going to go ahead and give Captain Stupito a 6.5. It's a pretty fun way to open up the album. Kind of sets the tone right away, along with Rabbit Ho, which seems like it is Thundercat in this drunken state almost. And this sort of tone so far has been pretty enjoyable and funky. But still, that being said, it was a very short song and didn't really expand that much more beyond what you heard in the first minute. So it gets a 6.5. Or I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but the third track. 2 minutes. Very eerie feeling to it. Shifting the tone entirely. Very fast. It's got almost jazzy sort of tone as well to this album so far. His bass playing here is incredibly rapid as he jumps from note to note. Very impressive. Seems like an instrumental only track. These backup vocals remind me of something Tyler, the Creator, would do. A lot of synths as well overlaid into this. Alright, I like that one. Brief 2 minutes, but the explorations here into the instrumental sound feel far more expansive than what I heard on Captain Stupito. And Thundercat's playing here, really. I mean, he's just kind of flexing on this track of how talented and versatile he is as a bassist. So that was impressive. I'll give a 7.5. No, I'll give it a 7. Next we have Bus in the Streets. Oh no, Bus in These Streets, sorry. With almost 7 million plays, it is 2 minutes long. Let's continue. Very chime-like. Clearly a track focusing on the addiction we have to our cellular devices. I know I'm addicted to mine, and I hate it. So, interesting track though. Very popular theme nowadays is technology and its very negative effects on our psyche, especially social media. It's a nice bass line as well, played underneath here. I'm loving this one. Very groovy. I like that snapping in the background there. Very dreamlike effect overall to this sort of album. I'm really liking the style of this album. It's a nice like R&B, jazz, funk fusion. I like this song a lot. I think this is my favorite one so far. It's got a great message, great sort of tone, great bass playing, great instrumentation overall, and the production on this album as well, I feel like I haven't mentioned, has been very crisp. I'm going to give Bus in These Streets an 8 out of 10. Next, we're on to a fan's mail, Tron Suite 2, a sequel to Tron Suite 1, I guess. Personally not familiar with the first one, but still don't imagine that's going to affect the overall message or whatnot here. 11.5 million streams at the time of recording this, which is pretty impressive. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, another brief song. Let's go. I'm really liking these quick flash in the pants like songs. Ooh, like static in the background there. Nice production choice. Makes it feel warmer. A cat song. Yeah, being a cat would be cool. Very funky. The drumming here is also quite nice. I like the percussion so far. Very groovy. Alright, I like that one as well. That was a fun, another very groovy, funky song, R&B. I'm gonna give that one a 6. No, I'm gonna give that one a 7. I like it. Perspective of a cat. Who wouldn't want to be a cat? I know I would. I've got multiple cats myself, and every day I see them lay on their ass and do nothing, and I think, man, ain't that the life? Okay, next we've got the song Lava Lamp, 2 minutes and 58 seconds, the longest so far. I like the vocals for the most part, but I feel like at this point already, his vocal style and delivery is starting to already run its course and begin to feel too samey, if that's a word. Personally, as much as I enjoy its effect on a lot of the songs here, I also feel like there is a point where he will overdo it. Seems like the song's about death and, I guess, losing someone, losing a loved one. He also does this a lot, where he just oohs and ahs over a lot of the instrumental, which, again, I feel like will run its course if he does it constantly, which he seems to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and give Lava Lamp a 7 as well. Again, a lot of this album has been pretty enjoyable, but still nothing here absolutely blowing me away. Next, we've got the 7th song, Jethro, 1 minute and 30. Let's go. Almost like a hip-hop influence as well on this album. Piano work as well on this song has been nice. A minute and 30, that was Jethro, and again, I just feel like these songs never delve into something more. They always just feel like almost demos or something with how little they tend to expand. Jethro is getting a 6. We got Day and Night next, 37 seconds, with a crazy 4 million streams for only 37 seconds. Let's go. Packs a lot of punch right off the bat. Great drumming on this thing. Oh, just like I said, incredible drumming. I'm not going to rate this one simply because it's more like an interlude, but man, I already like that one more than Jethro. Next, we've got Show You the Way with Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins, two incredibly well-known established artists, especially Kenny Loggins. I heard a lot of him growing up in my household. Two just legendary artists. Let's not waste any time and hear what they offer in this 3.5 minute track, Show You the Way. There's more of that oohing and awing that Thundercat seems to abuse at this point in the album. More musings on death here from Thundercat. Oh, here's Kenny. That's Kenny Loggins. He sounds very, different here from what I would have expected. Like it's matching Thundercat's tone and energy on this album. It's almost like a whispering singing. Very high key. I like these like shimmering synths in the background are very nice. I wish Thundercat sang in his normal voice more often. Right? Michael McDonald adding a nice little passage there. I like that little outro there about having enough water and having your friend bring water if you're going to fill your water bottle with vodka. A little funny detail, because that's what friends are for. I'm going to give Show You the Way a 7.5. I'm still feeling like much of what I'm hearing here is, again, above average, but not blowing me away. I like a lot of the funky R&B aspects, but I'm growing tired of the vocal delivery Thundercat chooses to be in, and the oohs and ahs and all this stuff that has become a very clear staple of his music. Next we got Walk On By with 24 million though. Kendrick Lamar on the track, legendary artist, maybe arguably one of the greatest rappers of all time. Let's go. Much slower instrumental here. He's got such a great voice, no matter what he's working in. Kendrick once again hitting us with a very thought-provoking, deep, and almost introspective verse here about righting your wrongs. Great song, great verse. Once again, I don't know if Kendrick could even write a bad verse at this point. Man is just a poet. Very laid back sort of instrumental. I'm going to go ahead and give Walk On By a 7.5. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. I feel like a broken record. But I feel like the album overall is going to be somewhere in around a 7 for me. So 7.5 for Walk On By. And next we have the song Black with 3 Ks. Let's jump into it. Ooh, funkier. Much more upbeat. I'm liking this. A lot of songs here about light in this album. I guess much of this album seems to be focused on the concept of death, and I feel like light and darkness have a strong motive throughout this album. Being reborn, don't be afraid of death. Thematically, this album seems to be loosely connected, at least. Okay. Black was fun. It was a quick, fun little ditty. Had a great repetitive instrumental that I enjoyed. I'm going to give that one a 7 as well. 7.5 as well is what I should say. My least favorite thing so far, if I had to pick, would be the vocal delivery kind of running itself into a wall with the way it just kind of becomes more and more of the same. A lot of this album kind of blends together, truthfully. But cohesively, I could see, if his next album is very different from this makes this a much more unique piece of work. Next we have Tokyo. Ooh, it almost sounds like a video game. Got that 16-bit sort of style. Ooh. I think that's the bass in the background there that he's playing. I believe that's the bass. I really enjoy the bass work here. Very funky. Has an otherworldly effect here. A lot of anime references. I would love to go to Tokyo myself. That's the dream. That's so funny. Humorous, very humorous song so far. I like this one a lot. Maybe it's the inner weeb in me. Man. I like Tokyo. I think Tokyo has been the most enjoyable or funner track here. And it's got a very cute sort of vibe to it. Just a nice little almost love song to Tokyo and anime culture and just Japanese culture in general. I like it a lot. So that one gets an 8 as far as I'm concerned. Jameel's Space Ride. A minute long. A lot of these almost being interludes. Almost feels like video game music. If I think of it that way, maybe I'll enjoy it more. The shouting in this is always unexpected. Man, I'm really enjoying this. That was a great, fun minute. And it's such a simple song, riding out into space. These kind of ideas actually work better with the instrumentals. The Tokyo and the Space Ride, you know, these almost lighthearted, simplistic, just almost nothing meaning sort of songs are more interesting to me than the more complex, you know, songs focused on death and whatnot, I guess. So I'm going to give this one an 8. Next, we've got Friend Zone with 3 minutes. Production so far has been very clean. I will say that. What a nice funky beat. I like the shimmering sort of synth. Kind of reminds me of... Sorry. A lot of the synths and stuff I'm hearing here actually remind me of the album Plantasia by Mort Garson, which I have right here. Interestingly enough, just bought it recently. And the synths on that album and the synth work is very light and fun and enjoyable and almost like a video game soundtrack. And Friend Zone seems to be similar to that with its very fun synths in the background that are shimmering up and down. Really like the synth work here quite a bit. Kind of poking fun at the concept of Friend Zone. A little Kendrick reference there. Sort of like the tone that he's taking with the idea of the friend zone, which is not a real thing. It's a bit of a joke. If you believe the friend zone is real, then clearly you don't understand. Just the idea of people being friends and not having to be anything more. You can be friends with a girl without it being more, believe it or not. And I think that Thundercat's sort of stereotypical poking fun at it is kind of fun and enjoyable. Friend Zone gets an 8. I like it a lot. It's fun. It's, again, kind of cute, sort of like the last couple songs. I really like the themes of the last few songs. They're just very simple. And maybe if I re-listen to this album again and look at it through a more lighthearted, fun, almost cute view, I'll enjoy it more. I don't know. Next, we've got Them Changes, which everyone and their mother knows this one. 154 million streams at the time of recording this. I know this one. If you have TikTok, you probably know this song. It's incredibly well known. Great bass line. Let's just kick it off because it really doesn't need an introduction. Great singing too. I like his vocals on this. There's a reason the song is so big. Piano coming in strong, complimenting everything we've heard so far. What a great funk song. Maybe the best funk song of the 2010s. Quite possibly. And that saxophone that comes in at the end there barely plays a part in the song. I wish it was stronger there, actually. But, again, beautiful. Gonna give that one an 8 out of 10. Iconic song. 8.5, actually. 9. I'm gonna give that one a 9. That's a 9 out of 10 song. Next, we have the song Where I'm Going. I'm going to darker vibe starting out here. Interesting vocal delivery here. Feels almost filtered through some sort of I don't even know, like a tunnel like effect, like a phaser effect put on his voice here. Nice drumming on this track, very rapid. Long fade out. Very long fade out here. I'm gonna give that one a 5. It really doesn't feel like a whole lot happens in it. It's 2 minutes long, and like half of it is like a fade out. I'm gonna give that one a 5. Drink Dat is the next song here with 3.5 minute runtime and Wiz Khalifa on the track. Full disclosure, I don't like Wiz Khalifa in the slightest. I think he ruins everything he's on. I hate him. I think he's one of the worst artists from the 2000s and the 2010s. Don't know why he ever reached the mainstream. Just don't like him. So, not boding well for the track. Very spacey sort of song. Here he goes. His voice is so grating. And party culture in general seems to be like what Wiz Khalifa always wants to dominate, and it's just a culture I think that is incredibly immature and idiotic. And Wiz Khalifa is like the peak of that. Not a bad chorus. The snap track, I'm a little iffy on. He almost has like a Drake sound to him. Feels like Wiz Khalifa's doing his best Drake impression on this song. He really does ruin everything he's on. Jesus Christ. Okay, Drink Dat getting a 4. Just feels like Wiz Khalifa really ruins anything here that I could have enjoyed. The instrumental here, I mean, it seems nice enough, but when you cover something with shit, all you see is shit. So I'm gonna give that one a 4. Next we got Inferno, 4 minutes, longest song here. Can Thundercat do some interesting explorations for 4 minutes? Let's see, because that's what I've been wanting. I wanted more than what feels like these demos or prolonged demos. His vocals are starting to become so repetitive. It is starting to expand here. A much more interesting layered composition. Who was that sample there? More like lyrics about light and day. Light day, dark night, you know, stuff like that. Become these very techno infused, almost like alien like sound effects. The bass playing here again, fantastic. I think Thundercat is better as a supporting act or a artist featured on a song to do his bass playing, but not as a solo artist personally so far. Don't know if I would warrant a full album. Again, extremely long fade out. Like a full minute at least fading out here. I'm gonna give that one a 6. I feel more bored by it than anything. Next we have the song I Am Crazy, which is an interlude, it seems. 25 seconds long. 10,000 streams. The lowest on here. Let's just listen to this. Okay, it's no rating. Next we have the track 3 AM. 1 minute. Kind of continuing the instrumental from the previous interlude there. I Am Crazy. The song feels longer than a minute. I don't know. I'm not really digging that one all that much. 5. Just kind of neutral on it. Next is Drunk. The title track. Nice drum, nice percussion on here. Alright. Again, more of the same. Gonna give that one a 5. I just feel like Thundercat at this point has extended his stay to the point in the album where it's just too much. Next is the Turn Down. 2 more songs to go. 2.5 minutes. I'm really not enjoying this final leg of the album. Turn Down featuring Pharrell Williams. Incredible producer. Okay, Pharrell coming in. Interesting race politics on here. But again, not really divulging too much into the politics. Gonna give that one a 6. Next, we're on to the final song here, DUI. Tying into this whole drunk theme. So let's continue and end this album with DUI, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. The melody here very similar to the opening of the album, I've noticed. Being there. Those synths coming in strong. Really liking the synths. Really reminding me of this album here. And that's it for DUI. That one gets a 6 out of 10. No, that gets a 5. No, it gets a 6 for its way that it loops things around. I like that. So that pretty much is it for the listening portion of this album, which I've got to say, I am, for the most part, disappointed from this album, as I went into it expecting a lot more, given the fact that I know songs like Them Changes, which, incredible song that really feels like it offered a lot more in its runtime than the entirety of the rest of this album, for the most part, as most of this thing becomes incredibly repetitive and really starts to run quite long once you get to the third leg of this album, the final bit here. The last 6 or 7 songs here just feel like they are filler or demos that really should have just been left on the cutting room floor. They really just don't serve a whole lot more than the first 30 seconds that they typically fill out of the 2 minutes that they typically are. So this thing is, in my opinion, really underwhelming. The bass playing, though, is fantastic. The synths on this album have been, for the most part, enjoyable, reminding me a lot of Plantasia from Mort Garson. And on top of that, I gotta say that the features here also feel a little hit or miss. You've got Wiz Khalifa, which ruins songs as far as I'm concerned. Kendrick Lamar does a great job with his verse here. Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald both adding quite a bit to their respective songs. But I gotta say, as a whole, this album is just kind of lacking. Thundercat's vocals as well become very just run-of-the-mill by the end of this thing, as they all kind of just sound the same and blend together. I wish he would explore more than a singular note in his singing, and kind of go away from that same style that he absolutely abuses through the runtime here. The oohs and the ahs as well that he adds so much on here really, again, just begin to feel repetitive, and they make this kind of a chore to get through, in my opinion. I felt more tired as I listened to this thing. But that being said, if you were to cut out a chunk of the songs here, make it more of a 40-minute album instead of 51, make it 35 even, you have a much tighter, more interesting album, and in my opinion, this would be much better as a entire project if it was just shorter, more tight, more collected, and just more, put together, I guess, than this. And at least with the songs that are short and feel like they offer something, maybe expand on those, as those also feel incredibly lacking. But that being said, this album gets a soft rating of 6.7, but I'm going to go ahead and harden that rating to a 6.5, lowering it down to a 6.5, and it gets an NE for not essential. I just don't feel it is an essential album. So, I don't know. Hopefully Thundercat, with his next album or another album in the future, is able to change my mind, but I think he's much more of a backup artist or a featuring artist than he is a main album artist. You know, he just doesn't really do a great job justifying his solo career, in my opinion. So that's just me. And also, we're going to change that pretty much is it for the review. And here's what we're going to do from now on for the next 100 videos. As the previous 100, I used a random number generator on Google to pick the random albums. Now, I will be calling random people on my device here, my phone, and asking them for a random number. And they will give me a random number. I will do it unprompted. They won't expect it. And that will just be the goal here with the next 100 videos. Let's see how that does for the time being. But the first person we're going to call is my girlfriend, Serena. All right. So we're going to call my girlfriend, even though she's on break at work. Let's see if she will pick up. My girlfriend hates me. It's even the point of having a girlfriend if she doesn't pick up. Hello?
Hi.
Can you pick a number between 1 and 1001?
Oh my god. Fuck, there's a lot of pressure.
Just pick a random number. 1 and 1001.
427.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you.
I love you.
427, she said. All right, let's see what 427 will be. 427 being the album AC/DC's Highway to Hell. So that is the pick we've got. I will review that in about a week from now. Anyways, that pretty much does it for this video. Please hit like and subscribe if you want to follow along, listen to more albums similar to this one, following along in the 1001 albums to listen to before you die book. And as always, my name is Randy Joe, and I'm signing off.